Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be all about the new Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer. Now if you guys remember my last will I buy it or not video, or the one previous to that actually, this concealer is something that I touched on in that video. I let you guys know that I was really excited for it to be coming out and I couldn't wait to go in store and swatch it, and then lo and behold, I get home one day and best friend Jared had this box waiting for me and was like, happy birthday, with all 20 shades of the concealer, and I just was super excited. Everyone knows here on my channel that I have a love-hate relationship with Too Faced, but lately I can say it's definitely been more love than hate. I feel like me and Jared are back on good terms, except for that unicorn collection he came out with earlier this year. Everything else has definitely been a step in the right direction, so I'm so happy that I was sent these concealers, and I could not wait to bring this video to you guys. Of course, you guys know I am going to bring you swatches of all 20 shades, but first I definitely want to go ahead and get into some of the claims that this concealer is saying that it will do. First of all, it says it's a natural finish concealer makeup hybrid. I've never heard that before. I guess they're trying to say it's a concealer, but you can also use it as like all over makeup. It says it's a multi-use formula for a modern and hydrated photo ready complexion. It's fully loaded. Pigments provide maximum coverage with an undetectable finish for a look so flawless they'll think you were born this way. This concealer is also supposed to be oil free. It can be used to conceal, correct, highlight, and retouch. It's said to be weightless and hydrating, so your skin is never dry or cakey. It's long wearing for up to 12 hours, photo friendly, no flashback. And something that I also found interesting is that it comes with a diamond foot applicator, which is unlike the typical doe foot applicator. They are saying that the sides and the points allow for precision coverage and contouring, and the edges sculpt with the fine line for a precision highlight and contour. So kudos to Too Faced for bringing us something new and innovative. Now I did just randomly grab one of the concealers out of the box to show you guys the packaging. It is the pink and gold packaging that Too Faced has been known for. It just says Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. It gives all of the same claims that I just read to you guys all around the package and in different languages. And this concealer does come with 15 milliliters, which is 0.50 fluid ounces. And I have to tell you guys, and I said the same thing in my will I buy it or not video, this is probably like the biggest concealer packaging that I've ever seen in my 21 years of living. Like there's no way that you could run out of this really fast unless you are a makeup artist or even a makeup enthusiast and you're doing other people's makeup. Like this is the type of concealer that will last you for quite a while. And even comparing it to the original Too Faced Born This Way concealer, which again I have raved about here on my channel, this one comes with 0.23 fluid ounces, while again this one comes with 0.50 fluid ounces, and you can see like there is a big difference. This one is clearly bigger, and again you get almost more than half the product that you are getting in this one, which this one just reminds me of a standard concealer size, so you get more. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into the swatches. I will bring you guys a demo of me applying it, and then I'll just come back and give you guys my initial thoughts overall on this concealer.
See, I gotta be out of my head to do you. And I gotta be out of my head to be suited. See, I love you, but I don't like that. I leave, but then I come right back to you. So what is the point? I might as well sit here and roll me a joint, or pour me a drink so I can get wasted and don't have to think no more. Get high as a plane, cause sober we drive each other insane. And we know if we don't, we're just gonna end the game. We drink, we break up. We smoke, we drink, we break up. Cause the only time I don't fight is you with your body high. Oh my, we smoke, we drink, we break up. We smoking, now we drinking, now we out of town. We smoking, now we drinking, now we out of town. We smoking, now we drinking, now we out of town. We smoking, now we drinking, now we out of town. I gotta be out of my head to do you, and I gotta be out of my head to be still true. See, I love you, but I don't like that. Keep leaving and coming right back to you. So roll me a switcher, pour me some liquor before we start to pick up, and calling each other out our names, 20 bitches and nickels. Arguing over all of that small shit keeps getting bigger. Give me a Corona out to get drunk. We drink, we break up. We smoke, we drink, we break up.
guys can see, I already have my foundation on, and now I'm going to go in with the concealer. I've been torn between two different shades. I'm thinking either Butterscotch or Honey. I'm gonna apply Butterscotch first, and if it's too much of a skin tone shade and not really giving me much of a highlight, I think I'll go ahead and apply Honey on top. I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk beauty blender to blend these out, so let's get started.
Yeah, they ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like it. I've been getting to the money. Everybody mad. Think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the pop. Same old nigga for the trap. Everybody hated on the daddy got right back. I've been getting to the money. Everybody mad. Think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the pop. Same old nigga for the trap. Everybody hated on the daddy got right.
So this is how Butterscotch looks blended out underneath my eye. I ended up not even having to use Honey because I like how Butterscotch looks, and it blended out really nicely. I thought that this was going to be more of a thicker consistency and I was going to have a little bit tougher time at blending it, but it did blend out really nice, so I'm really surprised by that. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and set my under eye. I'm going to use a new powder to set my under eye. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm trying out the new Too Faced Born This Way Etheral setting powder. This is the one in, I think it's just like the regular color they came out with, but you guys know since then they've also released two new shades. I did get the medium one, so I'm waiting on that one to arrive, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to set it with the Too Faced powder, and I think I also want to use one of the shades to see how it contours as well, so I'll be right back. So now that I have applied that under eye powder, the Too Faced setting powder, which I gotta say so far I'm actually kind of liking. I'm gonna use the deepest shade in the concealer, which is Cocoa. Looks like this right here, to contour, because this is advertised to conceal, contour, highlight, and retouch. I figured I would definitely put it to use. I did use the shade Golden Beige, I think I want to say. If that's not the name, I will put it across the screen, but I did also use that to prime my lids, use it as my eyelid primer, and it worked really well. Just let me say that, like, I wanted to use different shades for different reasons. So again, I'm going to go in with Cocoa, and I'm going to use my Makeup Geek cheek highlighter brush. I just like using this to contour. It just kind of gets exactly where I need it to be. I'm going to use that to blend it out.
Yeah, they ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like it. I've been getting to the money. Everybody mad. Think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the pop. Same old nigga for the trap. Everybody hated on the daddy got right back. I've been getting to the money. Everybody mad. Think I'm getting too much money.
So clearly I was not expecting for that shade to be that deep. It definitely caught me off guard, and I know you guys saw my facial reactions in the video. I went ahead and had to finish my makeup off camera because I just had to kind of fix that, but I do think it blended out really nicely, and I also think that that gives options for those with deeper skin tones who may not always be able to find a shade to necessarily work for them for both concealer and contour. So I'm not mad at it, but it just definitely caught me off guard. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give my initial impressions, and you guys know how I feel about first impressions. I like to make sure to come back and let you guys know my overall thoughts, so I'm going to continue to use this concealer for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll come back in a hauled it by how was it video, a favorites video, or something of that sort. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel and you have your notifications bell on so that you do not miss out on my final thoughts but just initially I do really like this concealer. I also feel like this concealer is going to take a little bit of playing around because it's not as thick as the Tarte Shape Tape, which I thought it was going to be, and I just knew I was going to hate it because I absolutely hated the Tarte Shape Tape. That was just like the thickest concealer to me, but I know it's a lot of y'all holy grail concealers, so definitely do not come for me in the comment section, okay? That's just my opinion. But although this is a thicker consistency than the regular Too Faced Born This Way concealer, which you guys know I love, it's not like super thick and it actually blends out really well. I also love the fact that this is not like an instantly drying concealer. It doesn't even dry all the way down matte to me, so I think that it would definitely work for the more drier skin guys and girls. Like, this is something that also has a little bit of hydration to it. I think that once you set it though, if you are a matte guy or girl, it definitely will work for you, so don't be scared by that. I love the fact that they are giving us different shade options. There are warmer undertones, there are cooler undertones, neutral undertones, so I think you should be able to find something without having to mix the two, because that is also something that I was scared of. One thing I will say about the wand, because I know that was one of the things they touched on with being a diamond shape and not like the typical doe foot applicator, I think I prefer the typical doe foot applicator over the applicator on this one. This one, to me, for one, the handle of it, which let me just again grab one and show you guys. The handle of it is pretty big, so when you just kind of unscrew the top and you're applying it, like, this is what you're holding in your hand, and I don't know, it's a little uncomfortable. I mean, it's clearly doable, like you're able to work with it, but it is a little uncomfortable. And I don't like the fact that the wand on this one is so stiff, like it doesn't bend or flex or anything like that. And that was one of the things that I loved about the wand on the original Too Faced concealer, because it's just like super flexible, bendable. I don't know if you guys can see, like, it flexes, you can bend it. To me, you're able to really get into every portion. Like, that one is bigger, so you kind of get to those spots just without having to do too much. So it's not like a deal breaker, but there are little things, again, because they did say that this is supposed to be more of a new wand. I think I would have preferred the flexibility and the bendability of the original wand to be on that one. But then again, because that one is bigger, it does kind of cover more space on the first try without having to go back in. So I'm just being picky. I like the way that the concealer blended out underneath my eyes today. I think it looks really, really nice, and it has a really flawless finish. And again, I think it's set beautifully with that powder, so the combination as a whole I am really loving. So far it's, I mean, a really good concealer. Like, again, I was pleasantly surprised because I already kind of had my boxes checked to hate this concealer, because I just thought it was going to be another version of the Tarte Shape Tape. But Too Faced, once again, has continued to surprise me this year. I do think this is a good one, and I also think you get a really good amount of product in here. Like, you cannot be mad with how much you get, because I think it is something that will work for a lot of different ways. You can get these to work for contour, you can get these to probably even work as foundation, just because you get so much. Like, this is not something that you're going to run out anytime soon. So if you can find a shade that works for you and you end up liking it, I think this would last you a really, really long time, and I'm not mad at that. So definitely let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know if this video was helpful. I tried to make sure to swatch every shade. I know that because I am a deeper skin tone, I don't know how much it would help those of you with lighter skin tones, but definitely let me know if this video was helpful. If you picked this up, let me know your thoughts on it, and that's whether you like it or you dislike it, and anything else you guys want to tell me down below in the comment section, because you know I love and appreciate your feedback. So until next time, bye YouTube.